We usually think of water as required for life. But what if there were a body of water that is known not for its life-giving ability, but for the fact that virtually nothing can live in it? Perhaps a good name for such a body of water would be the Dead Sea. Well, this sea, at the southern end of the Jordan River, has stood as a silent witness to so many of the events that took place in the land of the Bible, a silent but powerful connection between faith and fact. The Dead Sea, located in the very arid desert region of Israel, is the lowest body of water on earth. Its surface is more than 1,400 feet below sea level. Visitors descend down and down to finally reach its banks. When they arrive, they are greeted by one of the world's saltiest bodies of water. The salinity is about 34%, about 10 times saltier than the ocean. This means that nothing except a very small amount of bacteria and fungi can live in its waters. The water is so salty that it feels slippery, almost oily in your fingers, and a person can easily float on its surface. From ancient times, it was believed to have healthful benefits, so it was an early therapeutic resort used by Herod the Great and others as they came to enjoy its waters. As much as we might mention the Sea of Galilee or the Jordan River as bodies of water that figure into Bible history, the Dead Sea is no less a silent actor in this history. Now, the name Dead Sea is not referenced in the Bible, but this body of water is mentioned in 9 verses of the Bible and referred to as the Salt Sea. In outside Hebrew literature, it's called the Sea of Death. It was frequently mentioned in relation to the boundaries of tribes or nations, or to help identify roads and travel ways. In the book of Genesis, the Battle of the Kings took place in the Valley of Siddim, which the Bible says is the Salt Sea. The cities of the plain, including Sodom and Gomorrah, were located around the southern edge of the Dead Sea. The eastern side of the Dead Sea was skirted by the King's Highway, a famous route important to international travel. It extended from Egypt in the south to Mesopotamia to the north and east. It was also a highway that formed part of the route that Israel followed, moving up the east side of the Dead Sea, preparing to invade Canaan from the east. When Moses and the Israelites were poised to begin their entrance into Canaan, the famed lawgiver went to the top of Mount Nebo on the east side of Jordan and looked out over the land that was about to be conquered. In his sight, as he surveyed the land leading to Jericho, he could see the Dead Sea stretching off to the south. The area of the Dead Sea was riddled with caves and served as a region of flight and refuge, just like when David fled from King Saul to the area of En-Gedi. Residents and visitors at Masada, the southern palace of King Herod, could look out over the Dead Sea to the east, providing an amazing vista with its own stark beauty. Both Jerusalem and Jericho were near the northwest edge of the sea, and the palace fortress called Machaerus was located on the eastern edge of the sea in today's Jordan. According to the first century Jewish historian Josephus, it was at Machaerus that John the Baptist was held and finally executed at the order of Herod Antipas. And the bulk of the Dead Sea Scrolls, some dating back to the era of Jesus himself, were discovered at the community of Qumran on the western edge of the sea. So visitors today may be drawn to the Dead Sea out of curiosity, a desire to feel the slippery waters, or to look at the salt formations. But for millennia, these waters have served as a backdrop for numerous biblical events, providing a powerful connection between faith and fact, right here in the land of the Bible.